Oi. Hey folks, and welcome to Bang Pra. We are in Bang Pra today. We're a little bit off the beaten path here. It's a rural area, but we're going fishing, so there's a good reason for that. We're going to a little fishing park, very small fishing park. It's simply called the Agricultural Fishing Park. And it's a little bit different than your normal fishing park, which are just based on recreation where they charge you to fish. Here there really is no fee to fish, but you pay for what you catch. So you can actually keep and eat what you catch. So we're going to fish for something to eat today, and here's the place. We're just pulling up here. There it is. So we'll go in and check it out and see what it's all about. So yeah, you see it's not very big here. But it's very secluded, and it's a nice atmosphere here. You can bring your own rod, but being on the bike, I couldn't be bothered. So you can also rent them here. So we'll just rent a couple rods. Actually, we'll get a total of 3 rods. This is Ann back here. I think she's the manager or one of the owners. And she's going to help us out today. They're not very busy. So we're going to have her fish with us as well. We'll rent a rod for her. We'll get 3 rods. We'll get some tackle. They've got everything you need here. So we showed up here with nothing. Okay, so we got the rods, we got the bait. Now here's the drink list. I got sodas and water. You can also get some food and drink here. They have a noodle stand out front, so you can get something to eat here. There's a place to sit down and eat, and here's some of the big fish that people have caught, I guess, over the years. Hey, a Florida license plate, and they've some trophy type fish, but it is back here. I don't know. It almost looks a little jungly. Like you're in a jungle back here, but it's my kind of place. It's very quiet, very secluded, and you feel connected to nature out here. So we'll get started. Ann's gonna have to show us how to fish and do everything. So we got the rods. They're up over here mixing up the bait right now. Some kind of dough mixture loaded into a spring, and it's got hooks, and I guess that's for catfish. I'm not sure what we're going to catch here. But I see a couple dead ones in there, pretty good size. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but we're going to do a spot of fishing and see what we get. It's a 50 baht for the rods. I'll give you the whole price breakdown what this is, but it's a little bit out of the way. We're here in, I guess you could consider this Bang Pra, and it's a beautiful little place, very quiet, very peaceful back here. You feel like you're almost in the jungle. So we'll do some fishing and we'll see what that looks like. I hope we catch something. But I see fish like coming to the surface here, and it's starting to rain a little bit, but there's cover here and it's just a little drizzle. So I don't think that's going to slow us down. So yeah, I guess I'm a kind of a novice at this type of fishing now. Ann does have very small hands here, but this still is a very large dough ball. I'm thinking, what kind of fish is going to fit that in its mouth? I couldn't put it in my mouth. It's a great big ball of dough on the end of the line. And it's just, I have seen that before, but I've never fished like that. It's like a bottom fishing. You're just going to throw that out there, let it sit, and I guess hope that some kind of big catfish or something comes along and inhales that thing. And then there's little hooks in there. So I'll go and try my luck at a cast here. Try to get right out here in the middle. That's not too bad. I figured the middle would be the deepest place, and I'll just kind of chuck it out there and see what happens. And then it's basically a waiting game with this kind of fishing. You just put the dough ball out there, and like I said, wait for a fish to basically inhale it and kind of swallow that thing and hook themselves, I guess. So we'll see. I just not the kind of fishing I'm used to, but I'm always eager to try new things. So as time went on, though, I kind of got a little disenfranchised with this, because I would get some little nibbles and it would look like there was something going on, and I'd pull it in and all the dough would be gone. So, and it's hard to make those balls too.
หลุดเลยไม่ทันแล้ว
She had one. Really took off too. Almost pulled the rod in the water. And there was a guy using this. He worked somewhere. He just came on his lunch break, and then a couple casts. He had to go back to work. As soon as he laid it down and went back to work, his rod got a bite, and she almost got one, but it got off. So thankfully we had kind of a cloudy day. There was breaks in the clouds, and you'd get the sun, and it got hot, but they do have these shady places for you, so it wasn't too bad. I guess it's been hour and a half. Saw one decent bite, couple nibbles. I think if I come back here, I'll bring my own tackle. I'm not real enthused with the big balls of dough. I'd rather just have a hook and a worm. I think that would do the trick. I don't know, who knows? But these big dough balls, it seems like it all comes off very quick, and you get a lot of little nibbles as soon as you throw it in, and you pull it in, all the dough's gone. I'm not sure. I don't want to tell them how to fish in their own pond, but if there's catfish in here, and I see like some kind of tilapia and some other stuff, I don't know what it is, but I'd rather just have a single hook and a worm and see what I could do. So maybe if I come back, I'll bring my own stuff. Because we're not getting much action with their stuff. Or it just could be a bad day, who knows? But we'll give it a little bit longer. So our guide here recommended we switch it up a little bit and head down to the other end of the lake, and maybe we'd do better there. We're gonna try this farther end of the pond. She says that's where all the big ones hang out. So maybe that's a thing, I don't know. So yeah, V stayed back, but turned out it was a thing. At this end of the lake, probably within 10 minutes, she got this great bite. ตัวใหญ่ไหม ไม่ใหญ่ Well, I asked her if she thought it was going to be a big one. She said, no, it's just a small one. From the looks of the rod and the sound of that drag being pulled out, it didn't look like any small one to me, but who knows? Seems like a pretty good sized fish we got here. Haven't seen what it is yet. She says it's not a big one. So it sure was a fighter, that's for sure. But luckily, I mean, this lady really knows how to handle a rod and reel. I kind of wanted to help her, but with the look of determination she had on her face, I didn't dare ask. It looks like it's going to be a big one to me. I really wanted to get all this on camera, but I kept having visions of that fish letting go of the dough ball and that rod snapping back and hitting me in the face, so I tried to stay clear a little bit. Hey, me plana. Me. I've actually edited most of this out. This probably went on for 7 or 8 minutes, this fish fight here, reeling in this fish. Oi!
มาเก่งเก่งมาหยุดมาหยุดเก่ง
I'll tell us that. So all this while, I still don't even know what kind of fish this is, what it's going to be. Apparently they have a nice net with a long handle on it out at the shack there, but we didn't have it here. We could have used that. I'll just grab the line when she gets it up close here. Oh, yay, yay. So finally the fish surfaces and I get a look at it for the first time. I thought it was going to be some kind of catfish, and I guess this is technically some kind of catfish. It's in the catfish family anyway. There's a lot of different varieties of catfish. The Thais call this one sawai, or I call it swai. But you can buy this in the Western world, usually frozen, and it's called basa. That's a swai. That's a swai. You buy these.
จับได้ไหม
You buy these, they're known as basa. But I really like the meat on these. So we finally got this guy landed, and he's a big one. definitely a big one. So I went to get the hook out here, and then V wanted to help. V actually, what a trooper. She wanted to get the hook out, so let her have a go at it. And I used to buy these all the time frozen when I used to live in Canada. Relatively cheap. Most of it looked like it came from Vietnam and it was farm raised. There's a lot of people that said not to eat too much of it, but I think this is kind of a wild one that we caught here, so we'll go ahead and keep it and cook it. Well, I guess one fish out of 3 rods isn't too bad, but I think the size of it makes up for it. It's a big fish, pretty big fish, and what a fighter. But that little girl's about 4 foot nothing. She's a tiny little thing, but she really pulled that fish in, I tell you. She could barely carry it back, so we'll see what we're gonna have. So yeah, she got it all rinsed off for us. And they don't clean it or anything here. The fish is whole. You're buying a whole fish. So she'll bag it up so we can take it away, and she'll weigh it, and then she'll put it on the scale. We'll see how much this weighs, and it's going to come in just under 4 kilos. So I don't know what that is, 8.5, almost 9 pounds maybe. There you go, probably at least 8 pounds. So then she'll figure that up at 70 baht per kilo, and she'll charge us for that, and the 50 baht for the rod rental, and we had some water and some bait and stuff. So we just left the fishing place and rode about a minute just to a random restaurant, and we're gonna have them cook it up for us and prepare it. What do you have? So yeah, just about any kind of mom and pop type restaurant that has proper cooking facility will cook a fish if you bring it to them. So we just actually stopped at the first one that we saw that looked like a decent little place, and kind of right on the side of the road here, and they clean the fish and cut it all up, and they'll prepare it. And they'll prepare it how you want to prepare it. V was making the decisions and the calls on that. One of them is going to be tom yum, I heard her say. But they will charge you for cleaning the fish and for the ingredients that they use other than the meat, and so you're still gonna have to pay for it. But to take it, I wouldn't want to clean a great big fish like this and have all the mess at home. I just got a very small kitchen. It's not really something I could do. So I don't mind paying for them to do this. And then plus we were hungry. We wanted to eat right away. So I think it's a good option just to take the fish and let somebody else do it, unless you really want to do it a certain way at home. But we'll kind of look and see what they're going to make here. They're starting on the tom yum there. It's going to be a soup, like a tom yum goong, but it's going to be a tom yum fish, tom yum pla. It's spicy and got all kind of herbs in it. And they're going to make another dish too with peppers, and then we'll actually have some meat just to take home with us as well. We won't eat the whole fish here. So yeah, I guess you're just limited in the manner and way you want this cooked as to what ingredients they have on hand at the restaurant you choose. This restaurant, they didn't have certain things, and I kind of wanted the fish prepared a different way, but we worked with what they had, and V went through it, and we got this what they call pot prick, just a spicy sauce with peppers and some herbs, and then we got the tom yum. So we ended up happy, and they have sticky rice, so we'll get some sticky rice, and we got some som tam, a papaya salad to eat on the side, so we have a little veg to go along with this. So that's the other good thing about doing this at a restaurant. You can order side dishes. They'll have rice, they'll have whatever that you want on the side to eat with that. So I think it was beautiful. I think it turned out beautiful. These ladies did a great job preparing this fish. I couldn't ask for any better. There you go. Less than an hour lake to plate. Probably less than a half hour. But we're enjoying it, and they really cooked it up nice. A couple different dishes here. Plus, we brought the meat, so it shouldn't cost much. Big fish sell for more in the markets than small fish. And you can get those 50 to 70 per kilo for small ones, but a big one like that, first of all, you don't see many that big in the markets. but I think they'd want 90 to 100 baht a kilo for those. So 70 baht a kilo is actually a really good deal. All totaled, we had 3 rods going, 50 baht a rod, and we bought some little things like some bait and some water and a little bit of tackle. But I got some of that I'm taking home. But altogether, the fish alone was 279 baht. And the total bill there was just under 500. So for just fishing, about 220 baht for 2 people to fish all afternoon. And then if you want to buy what you catch, you pay per kilo. So yeah, you could bring your own rod and bait and stuff and really not pay anything but for the fish. So what a day. Little fishing, a lot of eating. We got some to take home with us. Couldn't finish it all. But they were very nice here. And at the fishing place, I'll put all the locations in the description below. And we're gonna head home. I'll eat that for dinner. So yeah, I guess this was a little different than just going to the market and buying a fish. And keep in mind, you can do the same thing that we did there. You can go to the market, buy a fish, then take it to a restaurant and get it prepared. It's the same thing. They don't care where the fish came from. They'll prepare it for you how you want. So we did zero homework on this. We just did this. We just winged it. Stopped at a random place. But if you have a place that you really like their food, that's where I would recommend you going. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode off here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.